That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what
many
I felt.
reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years. Everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. You know, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special. That's probably one of the only times in my career I felt like, oh shit, like you did something special. I haven't really had time to really like sit back and think, but that was a moment.
Crazy.
Ooh, welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, the LeBron James hate doesn't stop according to his fans. I thought it was Michael Jordan hate. Now it's LeBron hate. So I put this up right here earlier today. And I wasn't going to do a video on this, but, you know, the reaction from LeBron fans, well, one of them was hilarious. I don't get that much LeBron fan hate on my channel. I can tell you that. I don't have a lot of his haters. If they do come on my channel, they don't call me names or nothing like that, because I really don't call LeBron James names and try to like belittle him like that, even though, you know, he does deserve it though. So, but I'm just saying, I don't get a lot of LeBron James fan hate on my channel where they're calling me names and saying all these things like that. But, you know, some people do, because some people be giving it they're fed up with this guy. But one of his fans said something in my comments that struck a chord with me. So I was just like, man, I got to make a video on this. And they don't get why I posted this. All it says is first 3 NBA finals. And basically on the post, I said, Kevin Durant outplayed him. And this is what the guy said. If I can find it. Goodness gracious. Well, I had it somewhere. Nevertheless, while we find it, basically what he said was that LeBron James was young. He was young, and he was able to take his team to NBA Finals while he was young. And then he said, but then he's talking about the 2007 NBA Finals. And then he said, next, against the Mavs, he flopped. That was funny that he used that word, because he's a flop artist now, but he was meaning that he pretty much choked. And here's what he said. This is the dumbest comparison of all time. The dumbest. We're going to look at the comparison in a minute, because it's no comparison, really. It's just NBA history. It's the facts. This is the dumbest comparison of all time. LeBron was the youngest to lead his team that far. You're talking about 2007, if I ain't mistaken. I know you ain't talking about 2012. Flopped against the Mavs, then came back to win. What's your point? I guess he didn't see the rest of the. I guess he didn't see the rest of the post. I guess he didn't see the numbers. Okay, first of all, before we get into the numbers, Kevin Durant was young when he led his team to an NBA Finals, and he had to play LeBron James' super team. So we're talking about 07 when LeBron James led his team, which that was kind of suspect, because these weren't guys that came from the draft. These were guys that were switched around from other teams, and at worst, they were other teams' number 2s on those teams. I'm not trying to say they were Hall of Famers or top 75 guys, but at worst, those guys were number 2s on other teams. And we already talked about that before. This is what he does. His roster don't consist of like players, you know, will be like, this is your 2, this is your 3, this is your 4, this is your 5, this is your 6, your 7, right? Again, like Jordan was a 1, Pippen was a 2, Horace was a 3, we'll say Bill Cartwright was a 4, maybe John Paxson was a 5, you know, whoever else came after that, BJ Armstrong, Craig Hodges, whatever. No, that's not like that for LeBron James' team. Even when he's not even playing for a super team, his teams ain't like that, because he don't get his teams organically. All those guys, say maybe you might get a number 2, but the guy after that could be a number 2. A guy after that could be a number 2. A guy after that could be a number 2 on another team. That's just how he rolls. Nevertheless, even if we lie and make up stuff, he led his team to the finals, and guess what? He didn't have to play against a super team. yes, he was playing against a team that I guess you can say at that point was going for being considered a dynasty, right? Even though they won in 99, they didn't win again until, what was it, 2003? So, I think we would have to leave out 99. So it would be, the Spurs 2003, 5, and 7. They became a dynasty on LeBron James in the NBA Finals. That's the year when Robert Horry won his 7th ring. Past Michael Jordan. He didn't play Michael Jordan. He played LeBron James to get his 7th ring. A lot of crazy things happened then, right? Didn't Michael Finley finally get a ring? Or was that on another championship team? I thought that was on that 07 Spurs. And who was that? Who was that guy? Remember the move that Michael Jordan, he kind of like goes up against, is it John Barry? He goes up against him when he was playing for the Clippers, and Barry was going to block his shot. And I don't think this was like the Air Jordan. I think this was like the 97, 96, 98. I don't know what year it was, but this wasn't the old Air Jordan. And he went up, and Barry was going to block that. If Jordan didn't double clutch and hang and shoot that off the backboard, I think it went off the backboard, that shot was going to get blocked if Michael Jordan didn't do all that. But that same dude, Brent Barry. This is the first guy who won a dunk contest. I think it was in 97. Yes. Also was on that Spurs team and beat LeBron James. How about that? Everybody's getting a ring courtesy of LeBron James in some type of historical manner. So let me see. 07. We'll look it up right here. 06. Or we just do it like that. 07 championship. Spurs. I didn't want to see who was on that team. I know I read off a couple dudes. Yeah, Brett Barry. You let Matt Bonner win one on you? Yeah, Michael Finley was on that team. Of course, Robert Horry was. Tony Parker. Oh, you let Jock Vaughn win it? Oh, let Jock Vaughn win a championship. Wow. Nevertheless, let's don't go to a different place. So LeBron James didn't have to play a super team in 07, but he had to play what would become a dynasty on his head, right? In a series that Duncan didn't even play good. So they might have had a chance if he would have shut Parker down because Parker was going off, right? This was Parker's claim to be in the Hall of Fame. But when LeBron fan, he says this about 07, he was young. Yes, he was young. Nobody asked him to melt down. These are the things that you go out and do, and you say, I'm young, you got a better team, you got a historical team, but guess what? I'm going to put up 40 a game. I'm going to put up 35 a game. I'm going to do these things. He didn't do it. But in 2012, guess what? Kevin Durant had to play LeBron James super team. Yep. But he don't say nothing about that. And then he says that he flopped against the Mavs. No, he flopped against the Spurs too. He melted down against the Spurs. He wasn't supposed to beat them, but he wasn't supposed to melt down. So he didn't choke against the Spurs, but he melted down. And then he melted down and choked. He just didn't flop. I think, what was it, about 2012, 13 when he started doing all that flopping period on the court. But he melted down and choked in 2011 with a super team. They always leave the super team thing out. And then he said after that, he came back and got the finals win. Barely. So he needed to beat Kevin Durant, a young guy. Remember, he just said young. Kevin Durant was young too. I don't know how old he was. Maybe he was about the same age, about 22 years old. And he had to play LeBron James super team. After he got through the grueling West of playing all them great teams, now he's got to play LeBron James super team. So what a treat. What a treat for those guys coming out of the West. They're not playing super teams in the West, but it's damn short. It's like playing super teams. That's how hard the competition is. So that's why LeBron James went and built a super team. Because he would never if he played in the West, he would never make it to the finals. And he knew after 2007, the only way he was going to go back to the finals, it didn't matter. We talked about this yesterday. It didn't matter who was going to show up. If it was Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, and Amari Stoudemire, if it was Kobe, Duncan, they was going to kick his ass if he didn't have a super team. And he learned that in 2007. He wasn't worried about the big 0-3 from the Boston Celtics. We already told you, the only reason why they made it in 08, remember he took them to game 7 in 08, is because his percentages. All he had to shoot was 45% from the field, and they would have won that whole series. But he didn't want to because he knew he didn't want to go back to the finals. 2009, best record. 2010, best record, MVP. This is how crazy it was. He didn't even want to go back to the finals, even having the best record in the NBA, which means in Cleveland, he still would have home court advantage. He still, it was too much for him. After that 2007 ass kicking, it was too much. He wasn't going back until he got a super team. He wasn't going to do it. It was too scary. That basically would have ended his whole GOAT debate career, everything. Even though 2011 should have ended it because he did build a super team, and now he was happy because he could go back and he was still getting throttled. But he could blame it on somebody else. But not the first one. He couldn't blame it on nobody else that got beat because he... So let's look at this. Let's look at the... We ain't gonna look at the points real quick. But the first 3 NBA finals. It's got to be painful for a LeBron James fan. Remember I did a video yesterday, and it was LeBron James the day before yesterday, his first 6 finals, he was 2-4. It was ridiculous. And, he did shoot 50% from the field in none of those series. He finally got to average 30 points per game in the 6 NBA finals. He was horrible from 3 in those 6 NBA finals, the first 6, horrible from the line, crazy turnovers, the whole 9. But this is the first 3. And we can see the free throw. The free throws is just horrible, man. Yes, Michael Jordan had a 69, but LeBron James, he had a 69 and a 60. And we know Kevin Durant, even when we look at 83% on the first finals for Kevin Durant, that's bad. That's not good. Because in that finals, Kevin Durant, he missed a lot of key free throws. Yep. Where they would have won more than one game. But look at the rest of his finals. So you already know Kevin Durant, he wasn't shooting good in that, even though that would be great for LeBron James, 83. So let's look at the 3-point percentage. First one, Kevin Durant, 39. Second one, 47. Third one, 40. LeBron James, first one, 20%. Next one, 32%. Next one, 18%. Wow, you shot 18% the year you beat Kevin Durant? Wow. 18% from the 3 the year you beat. Whoa. Goodness God. So Michael Jordan, 50% the first one. Second one, 42%. Almost 43. Third one, 40%. So we look at the turnovers. We got Kevin Durant, 3.8 on the first. Second, 2.2. Third, 2.3. LeBron James, the first one, 5.8. Second one, 4. Third one, 3.8. Michael Jordan, first, 3.6. Second, 4. And the third one, 2.7. So the thing is, LeBron James just always keeps his turnovers up. Yes, you might be able to have one series, but this guy just always keeps his turnovers up. What's glaring here? What about blocks? Pretty interesting here. So you had Kevin Durant, the first one, 1. Second one, 1.6. Next one, third one, 2.3. Kev was balling in that third one, boy. Oh, LeBron James, first one, 0.5. Second one, 0.5. Third one, 0.4. Wow. That's just a shame, folks. Michael Jordan, first one, 1.4. Second one, 0.3. Third one, 0.7. Wow. I mean, if Michael Jordan put up the blocks that LeBron James put up, it would be acceptable. Michael Jordan's is a small guard playing on the perimeter. He's not a forward. He's not a power forward. He's not a center. He's not one of the biggest guys on the court. So if he put up LeBron James blocks, nobody would say nothing. But here you have Michael Jordan putting up more blocks than LeBron James. Steals. First one, Kevin Durant, 1. What? No. 1.4. Second one, 1. Third one, 0.8. LeBron James, first one, 1. Second one, 1.7. Third one, 1.6. Michael Jordan, first one, 2.8. Second, 1.7. Third, 1.7. Oh, God. So LeBron James didn't do too bad on steals for his position. The thing with steals a lot of times, unless you're getting up into the 2 range, right? To me, you can get a steal a game. That's easy. Dudes just fumbling the ball, mumbling, whatever like that, mumbling. It's easy to get one steal a game. But when you get two or more, that's when you know you're a good to great defensive player. Assists. First finals, Kevin Durant 2.2. Second one, 5.4. Third one, 7.5. Look at Kevin Durant. LeBron James. First one, 6.8. Second one, 6.8. Third one, 7.4. That's kind of underwhelming. Michael Jordan. First one, 11.4. Second one, 6.5. Third one, 6.3. No, I say it's underwhelming for LeBron James because he's supposed to be this, he's supposed to be this Magic Johnson type of dude. Every time I turn around, I keep hearing this Magic Johnson type of dude. For Magic to average 10 assists a game, that would be an insult to him. It would be an insult. And for him to average 7 or 8, you wouldn't even be calling him Magic Johnson. Magic what? It would be a joke. I don't know why they keep comparing this guy to Magic Johnson. It's a travesty, man. I don't know, man. I think people did see when he was coming up, he was a good passer. No doubt about it. But either you want to be a good passer, you want to be known for this, and do it on a high level, or you don't. You can't have it both ways. You can't show flashes of something, but that's not who you are. Anybody can show flashes of something. That don't mean that's what they do. That means that's what they can do. So, rebounds, we got Kevin Durant. First one, 6. Second one, 8.2. Third one, 10.8. Like we always say, for Kevin Durant to be that tall, it's underwhelming. It's very underwhelming. Even though he did get 10 on the third one. But a lot of times, especially when he was with OKC, he played with power forwards and centers. So, I don't know, man. It's still underwhelming. You can give me something. If you're going to give me, if you're going to be a great scorer, be a great rebounder. If you just want to be a great scorer, you're not a great rebounder or a good rebounder, get a lot of assists, get more assists, or play defense, get more blocks. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something at a high level than just score. You got to do that. We're looking at Michael Jordan's rebounds. That's good for his position. Michael Jordan, for his position, him averaging 6, that's good. He's not a forward, small forward. He's not a power forward. So 6 rebounds is good. But when we get into 2 steals, this is what he does. In the blocks and stuff like that, this is what he does. He plays offense on a high level and defense on a high level. So LeBron James, first one, 7 rebounds. Second one, 7 rebounds. Third one, he did give you 10.2. Michael Jordan, first one, 6.6. Second one, 4.8. Third one, 8.5. And then we got this one. For the first, points, Kevin Durant, 30.6. Second, 35.2. Third one, 28.8. That's good. And basically, hold on, let me finish. LeBron James, the first one, 22 points per game. Second one, 17.8. Third one, 28.6. Michael Jordan, first one, 31.3. Second one, 35.8. And the third one, 41 points per game. But getting back to Kevin Durant, and what the LeBron James fans said, he was young. Kevin Durant was the same age. Let me just see. Let's just make sure. How old was Kevin Durant in 2012? I pressed the wrong. Oh no, yeah. 24 years old. Kevin Durant was. Oh, they're trying to say he was 23. Oh, let's make sure. So that was 2012. So he was 23. According to StatMoves, he was 23 years old. Same thing. He was 23 years old, and he went through way stiffer competition. Let's check it out. To get to the finals, 2012 NBA Finals. We'll see who Kevin Durant had to face to get to the finals. And oh, my fault. I put finals. I meant playoffs. Playoffs right here. Because, like I said, it don't matter who LeBron faced. It don't matter. He had a super team. So, OKC was the number 2 seed. They swept Dallas. They beat the Lakers 4-1. And then they beat San Antonio 4-2. So he had to play Dirk Nowitzki. He had to play Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant and the crew. I guess Paul Gasol was on that team. And hold on. Oh yeah. And then they had to play San Antonio. Right? You got to play the San Antonio crew. And after you get done beating those guys and going through that grueling West, who you get to play in the championship now is a super team. You don't get to play a team that was organically put together, a LeBron James team. You playing a super team now because all these guys are cowards. Remember, they said they put this super team together because of Kobe, just in case they met Kobe in the finals. That's what they said. That's what Dwayne Wade said. But still, my thinking is the reason, that was one of the opponents. But my thinking is it didn't matter who was coming out of the West. They was going to beat the hell out of LeBron James if he didn't play them without a super team. Right? So, anyways, when we look at Kevin Durant, his first NBA Finals against a super team, he didn't melt down. These are the excuses with LeBron James fans. They will have all these excuses. We're not talking about because he's young. And we can talk about who he really played and the situation in the playoffs and how he got there. But the fact is, he was still young. It's cool. You ain't at 22 years old. That's not gonna happen. Well, let's just say this: with that squad he had, it ain't gonna happen in the 80s. He won't make it to the finals. Not in the Michael Jordan era, when Michael Jordan came in from 84 all the way till 90. He won't make no finals with that team. He won't get the number 1 seed with that team. It would be a joke. And we told you, this is what it is. LeBron James missed his first 2 seasons in the playoffs. He didn't make the playoffs his first 2 seasons. He plays one more season, and he gets beat in the second round. Then he's in the finals. So this would be the equivalent of Michael Jordan missing his 2 finals. First 2 years in the playoffs. So he missed playing the Celtics the first 2. No, he would play Milwaukee and then the Celtics, right? So he would miss those 2 years, and then in 87, he'll play the Celtics, lose in the second round, and then the next year he'll be in the finals. So 88, Michael Jordan will be in the finals. Michael Jordan will be in the finals in 88 playing the Lakers. Yep. After only being in the playoffs 1 time. Yeah, that's pretty much what they give LeBron James credit for. And it's, Michael Jordan he was getting swept and all this. If that would happen back in the 80s, like I said, if Michael Jordan missed his first 2 years of being in the playoffs, then made the playoffs 1 time and got bounced out, and then made the finals the next season, the league will be weak, watered down, and no kind of competition. This is the stuff that LeBron fans, they will be bringing up to this day. They will be like, how in the hell Michael Jordan missed his first 2 years of the playoffs, got bounced in the 3rd season in the 2nd round, after blowing a 3-2 lead at that, in the 2nd round, got bounced, and made it all the way to the finals after only being in the playoffs 1 time. Prior to that. So only been in the playoffs twice, you made it to the finals. And, if that happened for Michael Jordan, he would have had to put up 60 a game. You would have looked back and be like, damn, this dude put up 60 a game. Not Mike put up 60 in a game. He would have had to put up 60 a game. Yep. To make it to the finals in 88. Hell, he couldn't even get to the finals in 90. Or he couldn't even get to the finals in 88, 90. No. 88, 89, 90. So how is LeBron James making it to the finals in his 2nd time in the playoffs? And he's young on top of that. So to me, that sounds foolish. Kevin Durant, first NBA Finals with no super team, going against the super team, 30 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.2 steals. What is this? No, that ain't steals. That's assists. 2.2 assists, 1.4 steals, 1 block, 3.8 turnovers. That kind of did him in too. He was turning the damn ball over, but he playing super team. He shot 54% from the field, pretty much 40% from three. But that's not Kevin Durant to shoot 84% from the line. It's not Kevin Durant. Look at the rest of his finals. It's not Kevin Durant. And LeBron James wasn't facing the super team his first finals. And he's averaged 22, 7, no, I guess you could say 7, 1.5, 5.8 turn. We know the stats. You have no excuse. You have no excuse right there. I think it was 06. This man put up like 30 points per game in the 06 season. Then proceeded to get destroyed in the FIBA in the offseason by some plumbers. But none of these years, the first 3 NBA finals, LeBron James couldn't break 30 points per game. Kevin Durant did it twice. Michael Jordan did it all 3 times in a 41. Not only this, folks, because we were talking about Wilt Chamberlain the other day. And Wilt, he didn't do good in the finals. We know that. He did good on rebounding, but it was kind of like a hack-a-shack thing back then. They knew Wilt Chamberlain could not shoot free throws, so put him on the line. So when you look at his attempts in the NBA Finals, you're like, what the hell is going on? Because you're used to Wilt Chamberlain attempting like 22, 24. It's like the most attempts ever in his first, 8 years or something like that. He attempted a lot of field goals. But when he got to the finals, it wasn't like that. It was like 12, 13, 14, 7. Because they already knew, put him on the line, we win. Because he's going to break it up. He's going to shoot 50% from the line, 40% from the line. But when you look at his field goal percentage in those 6 finals, he's shooting 65%, 60, 50, 52, things like that. So he was efficient when he did shoot, but they won't give him the ball. Or if he got the ball, he'd just pass it out because they just going to hack him. That's the thing when we talk about Bill Russell. That's the difference. Bill Russell was a poor free throw shooter also. But they hacked Bill Russell. The offense didn't go through Bill Russell. It went through all the other guys that could shoot. Yep. And he just had great shooters on his team. So you just needed Bill Russell to play great defense and rebound. And there you go. You go from scoring, 50 in the regular season, 40 in the regular season, 30 in the regular season, all this stuff. And then you get to the finals and they're just going to hack you now. Now the whole game plan, everything's just screwed up. Now I'm not trying to say, he didn't have some good players on his team, but not like Bill Russell. Not like Bill Russell. So, yeah, and then we look at here and we look at Michael Jordan. 69% from the line in 2003. You say, they must have lost that. But you look up and Michael Jordan does other things. Like score 41 points per game on 50% shooting. And guess what else? 40% from the 3. In 8 rebounds and 6 assists. Michael Jordan did everything. Other things. When something else wasn't working. So, for LeBron James, he wasn't doing other things. For the guy to shoot under 50% in 3 straight finals, if I'm not mistaken, it was more than 3. It was 4. God, I want to say the first 6 finals, he never shot over 50%. He didn't shoot over 50. Let me see. I got it right here. So, nope. 2007, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I'm lying. In 14, he shot 57%. Yep, but it took him until his 4th finals to shoot 50% or better. And then the next year, on 15, he shot 39%. So it's just like, and again, this could be excusable if he's a point guard, a real point guard, a perimeter player, a jump shooter, something like that. But the majority of his shots is dunks and layups, folks. So it's not even possible to shoot under 50% in the first 3 finals. In, of course, the first 4 finals, in 5 out of 6 finals, he shot under 50%. It's not even, how is that possible when most of your shots are dunks and layups? So what does that mean? It means that we all know one thing. He takes a lot of threes, but he don't take a lot of mid-range. He already knows it's over. He can't shoot a mid-range worth nothing because he don't have touch. The mid-range is about touch. So he ain't even gonna try that. He likes a 3 because it's more of a power shot and launching shot and stuff like that. You don't have to have as much touch on the 3. And I know for the LeBron James fans, they're, oh man, how does that make any sense? Well, some of LeBron James fans never played basketball. That's how we know that. And the fact that the mid-range went away because the 3 is just easier. The mid-range, you got to be able to have touch at every angle, outside the paint and inside the arc. All those spots, you got to have touch from all those different angles. Let me see. NBA players, they'll tell you, college players will tell you that the mid-range requires more touch. But let me see. Yeah, that's about it for this video, man. I mean, I just thought it was funny. We did a video one day where it was like the first 2 NBA finals. Actually, Scottie Pippen had better numbers than LeBron James. First 2 NBA finals. These are the same stats that you see right now. The only stat that LeBron James beat Pippen at was 3-point percentage in the first 2 NBA finals averages. Pippen had more points, rebounds, assists, steals, I think blocks, shot better at the free throw, had less turnovers. The only thing LeBron James was better at was 3, and it was still horrible. It was just that Pippen was even worse than horrible. So what we're trying to say, this guy can't even be in a GOAT debate. Can't even be in a GOAT debate. He shouldn't even be in a challenge of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, what he did in his first 3 finals, he showed up and showed out. He didn't show up and was thinking, man, I wonder if I can win this, man. I'm gonna try. He said, no, I got this. You got to remember, Michael Jordan was up against it. From his first NBA finals to his second to his third, that don't equal what Magic did. That don't equal what Kareem did. That was the standard. Was basically Magic and Kareem. And even Larry, when he had none. Nobody, I'm trying to tell you, as a Bulls fan that watched every single game from the late 80s all the way until Michael Jordan retired in 98. I can tell you what right now. Nobody thought that the Bulls and Michael Jordan was going to win that first finals. Because they never won a championship. Nobody thought that. The second championship, nobody said they're going to win. It might have been a bet, but no Bulls fans had a feeling that they was going to go back-to-back. It's a back-to-back. And guess what? You're tired. You're tired as hell. You got to go to it's just Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, really. Scottie Pippen really ain't nothing yet. It ain't like when Magic met Kareem, and Kareem had all them damn accolades. It wasn't like, when Bird came to the, to the Celtics, and it was already Hall of Famers there. Yes, they was old, but I'm just saying they had experience. They weren't doing nothing, but yes, they already had experience. They was future Hall of Famers. So nobody knew that the Bulls gonna go back to back. No Bulls fans, if they tell you that they knew, that's a lie. It's a lie, because Clyde Drexler and the Trailblazers already been in the finals. They already beat Magic in them to get to the finals. So nobody was thinking they was gonna go back to back. Okay, they go back to back. Nobody thought the Bulls was gonna win a 3-peat. Impossible. It was good back to back, whatever. The Suns are just better. No Bulls fans ever said, oh man, we got this, it's gonna be easy. So man, you sitting there biting your hands, oh man, are we gonna win this game? Are we gonna win the next game? Now it's tired. Nothing like that. See, the LeBron fans will have you think now that the Bulls were just running through all these teams. And we was just sitting back, eating popcorn, like, yeah, they getting their ass whooped, they getting their ass whooped, never. Even when they went 72-10. So what? So what? That don't mean you won the championship. It don't mean that. So now you still got to go through the East. Now you got to get in the finals and win. If Michael Jordan just coming back out of retirement, nobody thought that was going to happen guaranteed. And to me, as a Bulls fan that watched every single game, I never thought they was going to win any championship. I just hoped. I just said, oh man, the Lakers soft, man. The Trailblazers soft. We running through this team. We running through that team. Something like that. No. It wasn't like that. I don't know how it is today, how these LeBron James fans think, but it was definitely not like that back then. For a Bulls fan. And if you thought something like that, you just did it, man. It was respect for the opponent. It wasn't weak like that. You didn't see Chicago like, Nuggets going against Miami, or in the championship, or LeBron James going against Miami in the championship. These teams like this, or a 2 playing a 8, or a 1 playing a 6. No, it was a 1 playing a 1, or a 1 playing a 2, or a 1 playing a 3, or a 2 playing a 4, something like that. These were top matchups. It was rare that like a 6 seed got to the finals and stuff like that. It was always 1-1, 1-2, 2-3, something like that. So when the Sonics showed up, you wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna run through them. No. That team just got put together that year. Yes, it was an all-time great team, but now you got to finish it out. Look what happened with the Golden State Warriors. They thought they'd won that, and then all of a sudden coming back from 3-1. But we all know the circumstances. But I'm just trying to tell you, as a Bulls fans, we never thought we was going to win any championship. Even when we was in the finals, it wasn't like that back then. Yes, you had, the Bulls are favored, or this team is favored. No, we still didn't think they was going to win until they actually won. That's how great the competition was back then. You had to have a favorite. But you didn't think they were going to win. You didn't think, oh man, this is going to be easy. But that's the way the LeBron James fans think. Something like that. No. It wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like that for anybody back in the day, in the 80s, the 90s, even when the Bulls were playing, even when the Bulls weren't playing, and it was, Hakeem doing his thing in the finals. Nope, nobody thought Hakeem was going to win. Hell, I don't even think they had Hakeem to win those 2 championships, but tell me what you think.
What I walk away from tonight, however, is how horrible the Cleveland Cavaliers were. They quit. They quit. I'm not dissing LeBron. I don't want to hear no more comparisons, though. Not like this. You don't go down like this. Now, he gave some effort, but then ultimately, he gave up. And when he gave up, the rest of the team followed. And it was that bad. You had to be here. You had to see this to believe it. They got their butts kicked. Period. They got taken to school, period. Backdoor cuts, wide open, 3-pointers, surrendered, open layups, looking like a layup mine, like you're playing horse in the park or something. There was no effort here. It was a sad, sad ending to this season. When you talk about an NBA Finals, you don't expect it to end like this. You don't expect the team to go out like that. The Cleveland Cavaliers tonight in Game 4 of the NBA Finals went out like Toronto went out in Game 4 of the semifinal series right here on the same court against Cleveland. The effort was weak. It was whack. It was just embarrassing.
He can't stand up to the pressure. The higher the expectations, the worse he performs. Right. Okay, what we see now, period, end of story. LeBron James was made for the regular season. He's a regular season dynamo. He's made for our SportsCenter plays of the night because he's always #1 in the regular season. But come postseason time, he's the most overrated, overhyped superstar in my history in this business. Seriously, that's my bottom line to this discussion.